Good morning. We are Rambam Hilchis Nachalot, and we're going to be doing Perek Daled, Halacha Aleph, and Halacha Beis, which discusses a person's ability to give credence to somebody who is going to inherit from him, is Yeresh. So the halacha is as follows: Omer ze b'ni, ze achi, ze achi avi. Shar hayershim, I say, or any of the other inheritors. Even though he admitted to the fact that they're his kravim, even though they're not really anoshim people that have been known to be his kravim or have been accepted to be his kravim or in any shape or form. And then he goes through various points. However, now another halacha beis. We were convinced that this is his brother. We had accepted that as an accepted fact, or his cousin. And then he says, no, he's not. But one thing he is Neman. On a son, you can say, he's not my son. Why is the son different? And what's this all about? Okay, so we're going to take a little, quick scan into these halachas. There's a Gesugi in Baba Basra. Daf Kuf Lamed Daled. Haim Zebni Mishnah there. Zeh Ochi Ein Neman. Says, you're not believed. You say, this is my son, this is my brother. Vitali Mechelke. Meis, Yachzor Chan Kevim, it goes back to the original owner, or whoever it goes to. Nafle Nechosim Makanachi, or She'achav Imam. Okay. So the Gemara goes through Zebani, Lamai Hilchasa. What does it mean? Why did he say Zebani? What was the reason he said that? What's it relevant to? Rabbi Yehuda that. So the Gemara said Liyershe Pshita. Of course, he's believed to say Zebani. It says Zebani Naman, Zeochi Ein Naman. What's Zebani's Naman? So the Gemara says Liyershe Pshita. Why? So Rashbam explains why Liyershe are you definitely believed on your son? The boy matana. Because he could have given him matana. He could have given him matana, so he never believed to give him. So migui. Oh, what about the chosim that comes later? He made an investment in the stock market, and 5 years later, jumped. Amazon took off, or whatever it was. Oh, you're right. It's not going to work. That he won't have him. He won't be believed on that, says the Rashbam. Then the Rashbam touches on a very important subject, which is what the other Rishonim argue with him. What about the din of Yakir, which means that a father can claim this to be his son because he has a koyach of Yakir. Torah gives him the ability to say that. And he says, no, that only works on a Bechir. And as you look in the pasuk, that's what the pasuk is talking about. Now, the Rishonim argue on this. Now, if you notice, the Rambam lumps Achi and B'ni together, whereas the Mishnah there, but there's a machlekes, so it's not again with Rambam pasuk that you put it together. The Ran brings in the name of the Rashba that he doesn't understand. The Gemara says clearly that there's a concept of Yaakov at every child. Yeah. Now, here is the tour. So let's get it straight. According to the Rashbam, there is a difference. The reason that there's no Yakir on a regular son Why you believe to say that's my son? Because you have a migui. Therefore, it only works on property you own now. Well, you have a migui to give it to him. You can't give him money that you don't have, or property you don't have. The Rashba Al, there is Yaakov. It'll work everywhere. Okay. The tool, I'm Alech, Shleyo, you my Muzokim, but Ibnoi. Shuba, Benai, I Achav, I Echad Mishaya, Shmurili, Arshan Naman. That is the key word. The Yashanu, Ben the Chosim, Shiash Leata, Ben the Chosim, Shiash guys. Doesn't matter. Even if later, while he's a geisus and the Chosim come his way, it's all his. Now, the Rashbam says that he's not Naman only on the Nechosim that he has now. The Rosh says, not like that. Okay. In Shulchan Aruch, it says, Ra'im is a b'niv, is a ochi, Avabi, Shahid, the Banos, Shen, Mozakim, Shen, Kreva, there is a Naman, Yershenu, Ben Shomer, Shembar, Ben Shomer, Shemra, and the Ramo, Ben Naman, Al Kol Nechosim, Ben Elu Shayel, V'Shah Shemeka, and Chashem Geshub Geis, even later, as far as when he's literally on his deathbed. Now, the Rama doesn't seem to be arguing, he's just explaining the Shulchan Aruch. Now, the Beis Yosef says that the Rambam, the fact that the Rambam did not make any difference in the Chosim be now or they come later, also holds like that. Heck, the Lechem Mishneh, Fish, Lema, on the child, there's Yaakov. But on the brother, there's no Yaakov. If there's no Yaakov, then why is Ineman? No Yaakov, why Ineman? Yeah. It's only Migush. So Migush, the Rashbam's kind of the Shakataina. Why? It should only work on the things that you have a Miguy on, which is the money that's there now, but not later. So there are various attempts made to answer. That although he can't give him a matana, the Tzais says, Simaresh Ein Tes, that you can be mechayiv yourself with millions of dollars of money, give Meshabbat yourself to him. And he give Meshabbat him Tal Nagav Karka. And tell him that he's chayiv loy elef alofim din rezav. I owe you millions of dollars. And therefore, it doesn't matter. So therefore it works. That can work even on the future. In other words, that's the migui. In Shiur Shmuel and Baba Basra, he brings some Rabbi Chanan that comes up with a mahalach that this is called Hedaz Baldin. He's the Bailam under the Chosim, and he can say who is his Yerush. So the only reason is Masna Mashikasa Batera, but when he's made that it's his Yerush, it helps because of Hedaz Baldin. He brings rayas to it. That's his mouth. They're both very good malchim. I want to suggest a third approach that might be a little easier to handle. Basically, the Rambam writes in let's understand how Yerusha works. What is Yerusha? What does it mean being a Yerush? One way of understanding a Yerush is money to be had, person dies, inheritance. If he leaves a will, goes according to the will. Today's day and age, I think that's the way they understand it, that it's just a regular transaction. Therefore, there's tax on it, inheritance tax, and so on and so on. I want to suggest, not based on mine, that that's not the concept of Yush. And not only reason I want to suggest that I have, it's clear that it's not. There's a chinuch in Parshas Pinchas, mitzvah tov, the 400th mitzvah of the Torah. And he writes, Shenitztaveinu b'dinei nachlos, as the Torah put out, and he brings the posel. Oh, so listen to this. And he writes out Meidik Arichus in the description of Yerusha. And he says, and we got to do the way the Torah says. Yes, the person is demanded to give to his Yerusha. No. Person is in control of his, listen to the word. Mash mehem kol chetzik v'shel yershe kol oid nishmasei boy. Where Shiach Rachman was like, no, God wants you to give it to your children. No, you give it to whoever you want. Avol, sagt the Kinder, bei die Einu sheschus hayoyreish kosher menichsei meirishe. The Yerush has a schus, is connected to the kidneys. As soon as the father is out of the picture, no, the Yerush is hovering above the properties. Incredible connection to how things are created one after another. Now here it is. This is the key word. Rabbi Zainu the Chayin of Racha Yikru l'schus ha'chazek sheyesh li'ayrish b'nichshem yesh meloshem mishmush. What does the word mishmush mean? K'may Lashon Amar har mekayim is nachla mishmeshes ve'leches. Kloimer sheschus ha'yayrish meretz k'ilu ha'gufim devukim zeh. They're already connected. All right. Incredible. It goes out from one to the other. What is the chinuch on it? What's bothering him? What's he trying to say? What's his thing? Okay. So I want to go one more thing. The Rebbe in Chelik Chav Ches, Kut Sichas, Parshas Pinchas, the beautiful Sicha. It's about the concept of what Yerusha is. And there is Chalkei Ashreinu Matei Chalkeinu, Amam Gerleinu, Umayofi Yerusha Seinu. It says Yerusha is not giving something to an other, but the Yerush is Oimid B'mokim HaMeirish, which is a lashon of the Rambam, by the way. Lashon of the Rambam. Rambam says lashon that the Yerush is B'mokim HaMeirish. Rambam's lashon in Hilchas Erevim, Perek Beis, Halacha Beis, Sha'ayirish kom tachas Meirisha l'chol davar. All right. And then the Rebbe goes on. That a Yerush is not his own, a second entity. That he deserves, he gets the Nichse HaMeirish. Even stronger than the Chinuch in his Elekelosh nakosu, tachas aveisecha yubanecha. The children are in place of the parents. Not another way. Hayirish is the etzem hameirish. He is the meirish. He takes over the meirish. Okay, so I wanna. Yerusha is not about money, even though from the chinuch's wording, but I don't think even he means it. It means guf and dvukim. It's about the person, a chalois of a yerush. You're a yerush. You become a yerush. You're a dovuk. You're a metzius. That's a meirish. That's what your yerush is about. Becoming a meirish. Becoming a yerush. And that's why Yerusha has halachas that don't fit with regular lekuches in some ways, and can do things that nothing else can do. It's not the place to get into all the dinim, but it's a unique concept in Judaism. Obviously, the ultimate way that's portrayed is when a son yashins a father. As the Gemara says, Bra Kara Davua. The son is an extension of the father. Or even a father yashning a son. That's the ultimate, but it transfers to any Yerusha. Every Yerusha is that. But the quintessential Yerusha is that. And that's why there's a Pirush HaMishnayos, beautiful Pirush HaMishnayos. The Rambam says in Baba Basra, he says, "Zechor b'seida anach l'shleishi klolim marishin amesa adam ariakoidim l'Yerusha bana and the other bana chazeres Yerusha up and finished." Don't talk about anybody else because that's Yerusha. What a definition of Yerusha. Obviously, there are others, but they bring out the real concept of Yerusha. That's the essence of Yerusha. Now, everybody else falls into that line. Now, it could be they fall into the line because they go through this channel of being a father and there's some relationship of the quintessential Yerush. But nevertheless, the Ged Yerusha is Tachas V'Secha Yibonecha. Yerush is Etzem HaMeirish. The Gemara uses a Lashon. Yav, the Basik says that you should be mavir nachlosay to the bas. The mokem bas at the mavir nachlam in ov. You have to mavir nachlam in ov mokem achin. No, it's the father is really the father, the children and the father. That connection of son to father, father to son, is the ultimate connection of Yerusha. And if you're giving it anybody else, it's a havara. Okay, but that's technical things. The main point is that Yerusha is a metzius of a Yerush. Okay. Oh, if that's the case, I have a migui that I can make him a Yerush. Is the migui that I'm giving him a ton? No, make him a Yerush. And he has a din Yerush. I'll see Yerusha. I can only give it to the Yerush. If he becomes a Yerush, he's a Yerush for everything. He's a Yerush for the future too, for money that comes in the future. In other words, it's not a game. I have a migui to make him a partial Yerush. There's no such thing. Chal Hashem Yerush, come tachas marisha. And that could answer the Lechem Mishnah's question. True, by a brother, this is not Yakir. But once you're coming, you become a Yerush. Mitzad Migoy, you're a Yerush, and you're a Yerush, you get Yerush, and even Nechasim Dabah La'achin again. Okay, that's the Sugya. Zeit gesund stark. Slach Rabbi.